As people across the inland Northwest pause to honor our veterans today, one grumpy World War II veteran from the Historic Flight Foundation at Spokane's Felt Field rumbled to life to honor those who went to war and to teach America's young. 4 News Now's Brian Neal introduces us to Grumpy.
This is Grumpy, a Mitchell B-25.
This airplane served in the European theater in World War II, so it's a war veteran itself.
Like many of our older Americans, it takes a little more time for him to get going on a chilly morning. But soon enough, Grumpy is warmed up and ready to go.
All right, we cycled the props. We just got to do feather, barrow.
Today, pilots Jay Pemberton and John Sessions are at the controls. There's nothing quite like the roar of a B-25.
Well, the B-25 was immortalized by the Doolittle raid in April of 1942 when the country was in a funk, having been victimized by Pearl Harbor just 4 months prior.
On this Veterans Day, the mission for Grumpy is to honor those who were willing to give their lives for America. Pemberton and Sessions guided Grumpy on a path over the Coeur d'Alene Veterans Day celebration, Spokane's VA Hospital, Fairchild Air Force Base, and the Veterans Cemetery, a nod to those who came home from war but are no longer with us.
It's the history of World War II, it's the homage to all the people who fought in that conflict, and then it's the tradition of the military as well.
Back on the ground, at home, Grumpy is put to bed.
Girls, and boy, get together and smile.
Only to be greeted by those just learning about his story and the stories of America's veterans.
Well, I've been fighting tears this whole time. I don't know about you, very choked up. Just them being able to come and watch planes come in and then sit up here in the cockpit.
Michelle Triant and Gina Yak brought their children to the Historic Flight Foundation today to visit Grumpy.
And so for them to be able to get those lessons and experience it for themselves in a tactile way is, there's nothing like it.
The old boy might be nearly 80 years old, but this old veteran still has something to teach us about our past, about this day, and about the men and women who served our country.
Oh, like my grandpa used to say, it's dusty in here. Well, if you'd like to get a closer look at Grumpy and others, including a P-51, the Historic Flight Association is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Felt's Field.